Now that we've got the graphic out here, we're going to use the hinge method to apply it. I've got just a small piece of tape kind of holding it in place right there, and I'll take a piece of tape going across the middle of it to give myself a hinge. Once the hinge is in place, now I can remove the backing on one side or the other and squeegee it into place. What you want to keep in mind when you're squeegeeing something like this is don't squeegee into the material, especially if you haven't laminated it. If I haven't laminated it and I squeegee into the material, I could catch some of those holes in there and rip it. So we want to make sure we do paint strokes moving out from this material from the center out as we go along. So let's take down this tape here. We'll fold down the top portion and remove the backing. Got my corner. Now the side that's laminated is going to be a little easier to work with than the unlaminated side because it's been given a little bit more rigidity. Bring it down to where I'm happy. I'll cut this piece of the backing off. Using my safety cutter again, the Clever Cutter, and we'll work from the center out. If I've got a bubble that I've created in there because I went a little too fast, that's okay. I can just pull the media back, especially when you first start. Got one side on there. May have to pull back a little bit there. And the bottom portion is going to be easier to put on because it's already hanging down. Once I've got my entire top into place where I want it, I can remove the hinge piece. Just set that aside for right now. And putting the bottom portion on is a lot easier because I will bring the media down while holding the backing as I squeegee. So it's nice, easy strokes back and forth to put it into place. I've got a little bit of a bubble there. And there we have the graphic on. Got a bubble up in there that I need to get to, especially since this side is laminated, so it doesn't let the air release from there through the holes like the other side would. But you can see the material's fairly resilient as we're working along. And now we've got the graphic on. Looks very nice from this spot right here. I've got a little bit of angle there, so I could have trimmed it up on the glass itself, or I could have given myself an edge to work with to square it out, or even used a mask material when I was putting all of this on to keep it a little bit better in place. Now that we've got it in place, I'll move my scraps out of the way, and I'm gonna take some water and pour it onto this. You'll see that the water will run right off of this side here, but it'll collect in this side here. We've got another camera on the inside to show what it looks like from the inside out, and you should be able to see out very well, whereas from the cameras back over there, you'll see all the graphic and you won't be able to see into the shop. So we'll take the water bottle and start pouring it on it. Now you can see on this side where everything's beaded up and it's running down nice and easy, but on this side here, it's not as apparent from the outside, but the water's filling up all of those holes right there. From the inside, it's very difficult to see through there. So we'll look at the inside out and you'll see the drastic difference between the two. That's the basic steps for doing window perf and the reason why we want to have optically clear laminate versus open holes.